YouTube, we are back with another tutorial in the modded Minecraft, and in today's video we are looking at an awesome little automated big reactor, and I reckon it's really cool because it literally just uses a few pieces of like inventory cable and redstone emitters and also some comparators and receivers for the redstone. And basically what I've got here is a extremely efficient reactor setup. Basically it will generate 12k or plus 12k RF per tick, and it's 7x7, so that's awesome. And if you just want to look at the setup, here it is. I've got like 5 fuel rods all spaced out in the center right there, and then with like the cryotheum surrounding it. And that I have found is the most efficient setup. But enough about that. But so let's get on with the actual bits. So as you can see, I've got a storage bank or capacitor bank here. That's going to be storage, or that's basically going to be the storage system for the output of the reactor. And when this actually gets full, it will be then putting its energy into here, or into this resonant energy cell. And as you can see, it's getting a bit backtracked, and I don't know why, but I mean it's keeping up, and it's definitely putting out as much as it can. Now these resonant energy cells can be any energy cell, but it just needs to really needs to output something with a comparator, and that's basically all the specifications are for the cells here, and that's basically how I control it basically. Yeah, so that's how I control it, is basically just by checking if this one is empty. This is like not a redstone signal. If there's no redstone signal from here, then it's going to be turned on. The reactor is going to be turned on, and as you can see, it's still on. And I've actually implemented this on a server where I've got like a light that's just like showing if it's on or if it's not on, and that's pretty easy to just implement as well. And if this resonant energy cell here is full, because it's like getting the input, then it will be full pretty easily, and then basically it's going to be full from all of the stuff there backing up, and then it going into here, and then it will output a signal, a redstone signal, into this receiver here, which will then turn this redstone emitter off. So like that, but not sure why it turned off just then. I might have to actually put this one onto north as well, so that it's not getting any signals from the other one over there. I'm not sure though, but yeah, it shouldn't be. It's off. But yeah, so I've on the other server, I've like gotten the resonant energy cell sort of spaced out again, like that, and then with the redstone receivers not right next to each other. But I'll just show you guys how to actually make it, and I'll also show you the fix for that, and hopefully it won't stuff up. So I'm just gonna make the redstone part, or like the seeds factory managers part, and all you gotta do is basically just hook up a I guess storage bank or whatever your storage is gonna be, and then this bit here is this cell here is gonna be your output. So basically if you tap into here and not into there, then this is gonna get empty, but this isn't gonna put any like energy into here because it's at the end of the line and it's getting the input from the top, not an output. So basically you just want to have like any tesseracts or any machines running off of this this cell right here. This is just going to be like a massive buffer in storage, basically. So that's how that works. And let's just get on with the tutorial then. I'll just put some like comparators here. I'll actually space them a block apart like that, so that it won't, or whatever happened over there won't happen over here. And so yeah. But also what you have to keep in mind as well, if you are going to be using the universal or the ultimate universal cables, or whatever universal cables you want, the redstone will actually affect the connection of them. So if I get a redstone or some bit of redstone here and turn this on, it might, there you go, yeah. So basically it will stop it from connecting to any other pipes. Not sure if that's a feature or a bug, but it's just happening. And yeah, can't really do much about it, except just move the redstone emitter away from the cable. And let's just weather clear it. There we go. And let's get with the tutorial here. So what you want to start off with is 2 redstone receivers here and here, and that's going to be taking the output from the redstone, or the cells basically that you have. So I'll get like a cell from Eniallator. Sorry. And I'll get like a full one and an empty one and a full one, because I've already got an empty one in my inventory. So here's going to be your input into the actual thing. So I'll put that away like that, and then it will be empty, so that's going to be like that. And then I'll have like a capacitor bank right here, and also I'll have like I'll show you how it works with like a one of the creative energy cells, and then I'll do that. But first what you want to do is you want to hook it up so that this is actually going to be getting it's going to be getting a cell from, or whatever your reactor is going to be, or wherever your power is going to be coming from, and then have a cable that's just going to be right there, and make sure it will be connecting to the cell like that. And then I'll actually break that for now because I don't want it to get any power. And then what you want to do is you want to just alright, yeah, I think I placed it in the wrong direction, so I think that's the right face. And yeah, it looks like it is. And is it? Yeah, it's straightening. So that means it's working. And we've got some build up already. Now the capacitor banks, the way that they work is the more that you have, the higher output and input they have. And so what you want to do then is you want to have as much like capacitor banks as you have as an output from the reactor. So this right here, this reactor right here, is producing 12k RF per tick. It's not on, but at the maximum like output level, it's going to be producing 12k RF per tick. So you want to make sure that you have a capacitor bank that will actually allow 12k RF per tick into it, or else it's not really, it's just going to get like so this basically what will happen if you don't have it is this one will get this cell here will fill up before this one can actually, or this IO, the capacitor bank can actually get energy like into it. So this will just turn the comparator on, and then it will just turn the reactor off. So that's not a good idea to have, and so that's like bad to basically have, I guess. So that's out of the way. So let's just do the machine inventory manager stuff right here, and I might actually just hook up like a the redstone emitter to the cable right here. So I'll have like a bunch of cable. You just hook this up into the reactor, and then we'll have a redstone emitter right there. And then what we want to do is we want to basically just program it. So what you want to do is you want to get a trigger and a flow control, and then have the flow control into a connection of split to 2 outputs like that, and then hook that up to the trigger like that. And then what you want to do is you want to have 2 redstone conditions right there, and then have one there, and then have another one there, and then basically the inputs are going to be coming from the flow control right there. Now you can actually have like 2 triggers and then have like these anywhere, but I'm just using a flow control, so it's like nice and simple, just like that. So yeah, so basically now what you want to do is you want to select your redstone receiver that will be closest to the inventory manager. Actually, well, it's not really like the closest one, so this one will be the input one, so this will just be inputting from the resonant energy cell that will be going into the capacitor bank, not out. So let's just put that there and then like make it fill up, so like that, and that should be it should be doing it right now. There we go. So just like that. And so you want to select your input resonant energy cell, or like your input comparator basically, for that one, and then select your output one for this one. So that will be the second one on the list for me because it's further away. So that's basically how that works. And then what you want to do is you want to select if any, and then select the side that the emitter or the receiver is going to be receiving the redstone from. And in this case, it's going to be north. So as you can see, it's north right there. So let's select north then, and then have north on both of them. So deselect everything else, and then it should work just like that. And then let's have that like that. Alright, so for the input one, you want to have not a condition, but you want to have 2 redstone emitters. So the first one will be coming off of well, basically you just want to have 2 redstone emitters coming from the true out of the conditions, and just hook them up just like that and like that. So then what you want to do is you want to select your redstone emitter, which will be then going into the cable or whatever your reactor redstone port. And I'll have to show you how I did that as well. But then what you want to do is you want to select either weak or strong power. I'm going to select strong because I basically just use strong power and it works. So I'll just stick with strong basically. And then what you want to do is you want to select, I think that's basically it. But what you want to do here is instead of having a redstone strength of 15, you want to have a redstone strength of 0, just like that. And the condition will be the strength will be 13 through to 15. You can actually have like this 13 number right here be basically anything. It just depends on how sensitive you want the system to be. And because I don't really want a sensitive system, you can even go for like 14 either. But I'm just going to use 13 like that, and then that's fine like that. And then for this one, you want to select the strength as well, and then have 0 on there because it might actually run out of energy. And if you have it on 1, then it won't detect anything, and it will be like, you know, it's fine. And that's why we had to select the sides, because if we didn't select the sides and it had if any, then the north side won't only just be receiving a signal strength of 0, because every other side will be as well. even if the other sides, even if the north side is getting a power strength of like 15 or something, it will still be like running. So that's why we have to do that. And for this bit right here, we want to select the redstone emitter right there, and then strong power again. I'm just going to do that. You guys can test if it will work, and yeah, it probably will, but I mean, sure. And then what you want to do here is you want to select this redstone strength of 15 and the strong power like that. So that will work, hopefully. So let's just select, let's just turn this on, and oh yeah, so that will, oh yeah, no, I've got it like sort of reversed, I guess. So yeah, because it's not really, it's on when it needs to be off, and then when it's not off it needs to be on. But basically it will be like that. And if I just like do like a NOT gate, which is basically just like a torch, that's your redstone torch, like that, not that, but that. And oh, what happened to, alright, yeah, I kind of, yeah, there we go, actually, that works. And if we have like the cable going by this, even if we just do it like that, and then have like the cable going from here to here to here, basically, and then have like your redstone, or basically your reactor off there, it will be running like that. And if we just wait a minute or a few minutes, since these are redstone energy cells, I've chosen redstone energy cells as well because they can hold, or they can output and input like a ton of RF per tick. So that's why I've just done that. But I've also like seen like there being like a something that can hook up into the capacitor bank that will output a signal strength depending on how much power it has. But this is basically just like a fine-tune way of doing it. Actually, it's like the opposite, really, but I mean, sounds good. But what you want to do for the reactor then, because I haven't actually showed you how this works, what you want to do here is, I'll just break that for now, and you want to select the input equals toggle reactor on/off. And then the set from signal, that's really important, because if you have toggle on pulse, it'll just toggle the reactor when it's receiving a pulse. And that's basically just like a T flip-flop, or like a, which is basically just like a thing where if it receives a pulse, it will be on, and then if it receives a pulse, then it will be off. But that's how that works. And you basically just want to have it set from signal. So that's like that, and then that's it. So let's just select the emitter again, like that, and like that, and that should work. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this tutorial on a awesome way to automate your reactors from big reactors. Rate, comment, and subscribe, and peace.